So now we'll prove L'Hopital's rule with general conditions. Now this general proof of L'Hopital's rule, it is by no means simple because it does require lot many variables and lot of applications from real analysis. But I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. So first we'll consider the general conditions for L'Hopital's rule. So now there are two functions f and g. They are differentiable in open interval I, for which we have taken this endpoint a, for which we want to calculate this limit. So we'll say, suppose I is this interval a0 to a, which is an open interval, and then another condition, which is g dash x is unequal to 0 in this interval. And we can choose this I to be so small that in this interval, the value of gx is not equal to 0. And another restriction or another general condition is, we'll assume that limit x tends to a, f dash x upon g dash x is equal to L. So all these, they are general conditions for L'Hopital's rule. So now we'll start with the proof of L'Hopital's rule. So what I'll say is, for all x in this interval I, which is for all x belongs to a0 and a. So suppose I have this interval which is a0 and a, and I'll take a general point which is x, and this x, it varies from a0 to a. We'll define two functions, small mx and capital Mx. Now we'll define small mx as infimum of f dash c upon g dash c, and capital Mx as supremum of f dash c and g dash c, where c ranges over all the values in the interval x to a. Now what does it mean? It simply means for all the points that lie between x and a, so that's the reason we say the c, it ranges over all the values in x and a. We are looking for this infimum f dash c and g dash c. Now infimum is nothing but it is lower bound. So it simply means in this interval x to a, the minimum value of f dash c and g dash c, we have taken it as mx. Now because this value, it depends on x, so we'll change the value of x, position of x. This value, it may change. So we have taken this infimum or the lower bound of f dash c upon g dash c as mx, and in the same way, in this interval, the maximum value or the upper bound of f dash c and g dash c, we have taken it as capital Mx. So supremum is actually upper bound. So basically in this interval x to a, the minimum value of f dash c and g dash c, it could be mx, and the maximum value of f dash c and g dash c, it could be capital Mx. Now it is given that f and g, they are differentiable functions. Now if f and g are differentiable functions, and if we choose 2 points x and y in this interval I, then Cauchy's mean value theorem says that there exists a point C in this interval x comma y, so that f dash c upon g dash c is equal to fx minus fy upon gx minus gy. Now we know that this f dash c and g dash c, its minimum value for any x will be mx, and its maximum value will be capital Mx. So I can say that this f dash c upon g dash c, it is greater than mx but less than capital Mx. So I can say for any 2 points x and y in this interval, fx minus fy upon gx minus gy should be greater than small mx and should be less than capital M as a function of x. So this is the condition we'll use to prove L'Hopital's rule in general case. Now there are two conditions that we need to understand here. First, we have taken these small m and capital M on extended real line. So that is, they may take the values plus n minus infinite, and also that gx is unequal to gy, because we know that this function gx is a differential function, and if gx is equal to gy, then Rolle's theorem would suggest that there will be a point where g dash x will be 0, and we know that in L'Hopital's rule, The condition is g dash x should not be 0. So now we'll take case first, which is when limit x tends to a, fx is 0 and limit x tends to a, gx is 0. Now from Cauchy's mean value theorem, we have already established that for any x in this interval I and for any y in this interval x to a, this value fx minus fy upon gx minus gy will lie between small mx and capital Mx. So what I'll do is, I'll also write it as mx, and here I'll divide the numerator and denominator with gx. So I'll write it as fx upon gx minus fy upon gx upon 1 minus gy upon gx, and it is less than capital Mx. Now I'll choose my y so that this y approaches a. Now if y approaches a, we know that limit x tends to a, fx is 0. So in that case, fy will approach 0 and gy will also approach 0. So in that case, this expression fy upon gx will be 0 and this gy upon gx will also be 0. So from here I can write mx should be less than or equal to fx upon gx is less than or equal to capital Mx for all x in this interval I. Now what I'll do is, I'll take this limit x tends to a. So I'll write limit x tends to a small mx is less than or equal to limit x tends to a fx upon gx is less than or equal to limit x tends to a capital Mx. Now I'll revisit the definitions of small mx and capital Mx. So we know that small mx is infimum of f dash c and g dash c, and capital Mx is supremum of f dash c and g dash c when c ranges over all the values from x to a. So small mx is infimum of f dash c and g dash c. So that is, it is the smallest value of f dash c and g dash c in this interval x and a, and capital Mx is supremum of f dash c upon g dash c. That is, it is the maximum value of f dash c upon g dash c in this interval x to a. So now we'll consider this limit, which is limit x tends to a small mx and limit x tends to a capital Mx. Now when this x approaches a, then this interval x comma 8 is very, very small. So in this smaller interval, this limit x tends to a mx is simply equal to limit x tends to a f dash x upon g dash x, which is L. And here also, in the smallest interval, its maximum value will again coincide with limit x tends to a. So it will be limit x tends to a f dash x upon g dash x, and this limit is also equal to L. So from this condition, when I say this function fx and gx will always lie between mx and capital Mx, and this limit x tends to a small mx is L, and this limit capital Mx when x tends to is also L. So from Sandwich theorem, I say that this limit, which is limit x tends to a fx upon gx, this limit will exist, and this limit x tends to a fx upon gx, this limit will also be equal to L. So from this condition and from the given requirement of L'Hopital's rule, which is limit x tends to a f dash x upon g dash x is equal to L, we can say that, so when limit x tends to a fx is 0 and limit x tends to a gx is 0, in that case limit x tends to a fx upon gx is equal to limit x tends to a f dash x upon g dash x, provided all the necessary conditions of L'Hopital's rule are satisfied. If you like the video, consider subscribing and sharing it with someone you know who might benefit from it. Also, the best way to navigate any topic is through a playlist. Simply go to the channel page, click playlist, and select the topic you wish to study.